Pittsburgh Steelers with the 20th pick of the NFL draft pick a quarterback for the first time in like 18 years. Obviously, Big Ben.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Big Ben.
Yeah, not the London one.
Or the AB one.
Big Ben.
Yeah, the
Roethlisberger. He retires, so the Pittsburgh Steelers offense is in disarray. What the hell are they going to do? That has been a staple of Pittsburgh. You see the ice on the shoulder. You see the robotic elbow. You see, obviously, the boots on both of his feet.
Yep.
The knee braces. He's stumbling around on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, on a Friday, on a Saturday. Can't even do the walkthrough. He's doing a roll-through. And then on Sunday, he comes out lumbering, and it's football for 18 years, basically.
Yeah.
Missed some games for sure because there were some serious injuries in there with I think a blown tit and an elbow Tommy John surgery situation that had to take place. But Ben Roethlisberger has been to Pittsburgh Steelers for a long time. Ben leaves, says he's hanging him up. Now he's doing a podcast called Footballing,
Hell yeah.
which I absolutely love, and I think it's going to be a fantastic podcast. They bring in Mitchell Trubisky, who obviously had his thing in Chicago happen with Matt Nagy, in which they obviously hated each other, did not have great reaction to each other, had a terrible season. They both end up leaving Chicago. He goes behind Josh Allen and old Dayball in Buffalo and goes to a little quick quarterback camp on how you could potentially evolve your game. Pittsburgh Steelers say that and say, you know what? Give us that guy that's not going to cost that much money but has experience and may be better to be our next quarterback because we have a MVP defense from top to bottom. Everybody on D is an all-pro. If we just get a quarterback that can manage a game and not fuck it up, we'll be okay. Then the whole draft process comes around, and we see Tomlin and Colbert in his last ever draft rounds having dinner and wings and pizza with every quarterback in the draft. And everybody started snooping around. Is Mitchell Trubisky the actual guy, or are they thinking about drafting a young guy and moving forward with it? Then the 20th pick comes around, and guess who's still on the board? The man with the small hands, the beautiful hair, the University of Pittsburgh doctorate of football. Kenny Pickett is sitting right there, a man who's been in the same building as us for the last 10 years at the University of Pittsburgh. He has a lot of grit, has incredible arm talent, has a story that we know through and through. Treats the cafeteria people right. We already know what he is like behind closed doors because we've seen him for 5 years. They draft him. And immediately upon Kenny Pickett becoming a Pittsburgh Steeler on draft night, April fucking whatever it was, 20th, whatever it is. Was it on 420? No.
No, 28th or 29th.
Whatever. That day, his name started getting chanted around the hills of Pittsburgh. This is our guy. Although he's from New Jersey, he became a man in Oakland, in Pittsburgh. This is our guy. Mitchell Trubisky, we had you there for about a month. We loved you. We were going to bat for you about how you didn't stink in Chicago, how you weren't treated properly, how Matt Nagy's a piece of shit, even though it appears as if he's got the Chiefs offense.
Yeah, he's a genius.
He's doing really well over there. That's what Pittsburgh Steelers were saying. And then Kenny Pickett got drafted in this 2-syllable name that is synonymous with the theme park, amusement park in Pittsburgh.
That's right.
It's actually a holiday around schools of Pittsburgh to go to a place called Kennywood.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Kenny Pickett from the University of Pittsburgh is the first-round quarterback drafted by the Steelers in 2 decades. His name was wanted. He was wanted on the field. And yesterday we got the first action of Kenny Pickett in actual NFL football. Scored 2 touchdowns.
What?
Threw 3 picks.
What?
Lose to the Jets.
What?
But Pittsburgh Steelers fans who are back on stage with us, Tone Day. Congrats on being a dad. It's great to see you around here, pal. We have missed you. You're obviously beloved. Steelers fans are pumped that Kenny Pickett's quarterback, even though you guys lost to the Jets. And Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach Wilson grittied on all the moms of Pittsburgh, right down there at Acrisure, which is not a safe place, by the way.
No.
What?
Moment of silence for the Yins are after the game. They do the Philly, call it the gritty, because when Zach Wilson catches it, he's doing it all on Yins' titties.
Swag.
I mean, this dude is going bananas. He had a game yesterday in which I got a text from Michael Cole and other Jets fans. I go, this guy fucking sucks. And then at the end of the game, methodically drives right down Pittsburgh Steelers' throats. No TJ, Cam Hayward leaves the game. Minkah Fitzpatrick is an absolute stud, a stallion. They're going to need him going forward. But Pittsburgh Steelers fans are pumped about Kenny Pickett being the quarterback. Great to have you back, Tone Diggs.
Great to be back. Yes, we are very, very pumped. When Mitch and Matt Canada were running the offense, it was like Harry, Dahn, and Lloyd Christmas were driving the Titanic, and the Carpathia was nowhere in the distance to save anybody, okay? That's what it was like.
Tone has had some time.
Yeah.
Welcome back,
What have you
Tone.
been up
That's what it
to,
was
Tone?
like.
Welcome back, Tone.
Mitch, he was a nice guy, okay? But I think we all know apology to Nagy, all right?
Tony.
He stunk with Big Richard Nick Foles.
Yeah.
He stunk with Justin Fields.
Andy Dalton.
He's great with Patrick Mahomes. though.
Kenny came in and I saw videos from the stadium. It was electric. You could tell the offense, and I'm pretty sure the defense and all the players in that locker room were pretty pumped to have Kenny as a quarterback. Now, you guys said that he threw 3 picks, PFFs, and you know how I feel PFF. They're great.
The authority.
Yeah, the authority.
Well, Pete Thamel's the authority on college football. The authority on pro football is Pro Football
PFF.
Focus.
He threw no picks. The first one that Claypool, he's 6'6", going up against 5'8", and Claypool's.
What are you
So there's
saying
that.
about?
What do you mean, Claypool's Claypool?
What's been going on?
I mean, since he deemed himself Mapletron, the guy hasn't made a play in 2 years. The second one, the Muth, whatever, and then a Hail Mary. But Kenny, finally, the offense, he stuck in the pocket, made a throw to Muth, a throw to Pickens outside, back shoulder. There was timing. They were running the ball. Now, it is Overreaction Monday, so I feel like I can say this. Take a loss to the Jets to move on to the next chapter of
So the
Steelers
Jets
football.
buried Mitchell Trubisky,
Worth
and
it.
now you're burying the ball that is
Correct.
the Mitchell Trubisky era as a Pittsburgh Steeler quarterback. Now you've got a brand new shiny toy, and that's the Kenny Pickett Pittsburgh
Yeah,
Steelers.
and I saw a lot of people tweeting yesterday that the Kenny and Zach Wilson, those are the 2 best young quarterbacks in the AFC that we're going to see for
Nobody
a long
said
time. So, I mean,
Nobody
take
said
it
that.
in, soak it in.
Nobody said that. I will say that the it factor appears to be something that's real. Kenny Pickett, doesn't matter what Matt Canada's calling. I think I saw Kenny Pickett check out of a play, maybe make an audible and throw the rock to the left, I think to George.
Yeah.
Now, you will have to forgive me because I was watching the Colts do whatever the fuck they're doing.
Something
At
like
football.
football.
I was watching the TV, watching Pittsburgh Steelers with Nick Maraldo there in the suite, and watching Nick watch Kenny was awesome. First play was a handoff to Naj. Nick actually turns around and goes, "You see that?
Perfect.
Perfect form.
Did you see that? Did you see that?" But it did feel when he went into the game, and this is like anytime somebody new is in charge anywhere, there's like this freshness of energy of wanting to prove yourself and like something new, and maybe you get out of the old habits that you had. Not that Mitchell Trubisky was a quarterback for too long, but it did feel from watching afar, and I wasn't in Acrisure, it did feel like everything they started moving, there was completions happening, just the energy was up. Maybe Matt Canada opened up a new part of the playbook that he hadn't used with Mitchell Trubisky. Whatever the case is, Yin's lost to Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Wow.
Pro Football Focus can say what it wants. Kenny Pickett went 10 of 13 with 3 picks. 10 of 13, his only incompletions are picked. He was putting balls. I mean,
Yeah.
he was that one he got killed on
Yep.
Yeah.
where
the
he
Muth.
threw was a dart, too.
Yeah, great throw.
That wasn't anything other than a fucking dart while staring down the barrel of a certified shot. It's gonna get hit really hard. Gonna take a very hard bump on the ground here. Gonna have a human on top of me, but I am also gonna deliver a seed. That's the mental part of these psychopaths that are NFL quarterbacks that some people have and some people don't. Some people don't even want to potentially put themselves in that position. Like, you remember when Ben Simmons didn't want to have to shoot a shot, so he stayed away from any area where he was gonna get fouled or do anything?
Sure.
Some quarterbacks will leave a situation before something can even pop up, so they don't even have to make the decision to do it or not, so you don't even know. Kenny fucking sitting in there and just staring down the pipe knowing he's going to get fucking murdered and throwing it. I think if you're a Pittsburgh, not that he's the only quarterback that does that. I'm not saying that. But if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you're saying, oh, first round guy, 20th picked overall, in his rookie year against grown men in his first real time, is not scared to take a massive shot. I think that's a huge ordeal. Once again, lost to the Jets and Zach Wilson.
Right.